We ready.
Sebastian's favorite.
Right. Then I'll be accused of hogging everything.
Boom, boom, boom,
All right,
boom.
ready? Intro.
All right, live and in living color. It is the Academy Sports Show right here on AudioWaveNetwork.com. Whoa. What was that?
I don't know. I'm trying to be different.
It just threw me off there.
Sorry.
I'm like, did his microphone go
I had it sounded like it did though.
off? Kawhi laugh. Alright. We're already derailed, so we got it off there. We got it out the way. We got it out of the system.
We're on track.
We appreciate you guys listening. As always, make sure you follow us on all the socials, on Instagram, on Facebook, and follow everything that is the Academy Sports Show, especially on iTunes. Make sure you rate us. Make sure you subscribe, so that way you know the podcast comes up. Make sure you follow us on YouTube as well. Subscribe. Trigger that bell so you know every time the show comes up like it is right now. Hello, YouTube. How are you doing today? Hello, Joel's Feed. How are you doing today? We are live on a Thursday, on a snowy Thursday evening, right here in Detroit, Michigan. I'm your host, Andre Douglas. Sitting next to me is your host, Joel Williams.
What is good, man? We're back. We got a great show for you tonight. I think there's some good things to discuss. We got to talk pass interference. We got to talk about pass interference. So we got to talk conference championship games. It was conference championship weekend. And all in all, overall, I think we had some great drama-filled football games. Mm-hmm. But we're going to discuss some of those details tonight here on the Academy Sports Podcast as well. My top five. This is my top 5 week. And I have in honor of top 5 this week. So I'll just tease that like that. I'm doing it in honor of top 5.
Sounds sketchy.
And also, we're going to talk NBA. The association is continuing to be what it always is. Drama-filled, always something to talk about with the NBA. And one of the topics that's been kind of just going throughout the week now is Mr. Harden the best player, considering what he's been doing? Is he the best player in the NBA? We'll talk about that much more tonight on the Academy Sports Podcast. Appreciate you guys listening. As you heard Dre say, thank you for joining the live feed. Thank you for joining YouTube. Make sure you follow us on all of our social media. If you're in my live feed,
a lot of no's already.
Please.
For that question. Sports Dad
says no. James Harden.
I think he's on his 6th no.
Okay, got you. All right, well, we'll get there. Make sure if you're in our YouTube or if you're in our live feed, in my live feed on Facebook, please share. Please share. Let everybody on that platform know you're watching. Also, make sure you comment as well. Sports Dad Cephas is already letting us know how he feels in our YouTube feed. So you can find us in our YouTube feed. Just look up Academy Sports Podcast, or you can find us right here on Facebook. And if you want to see the Facebook live feed every week, you have to go to my page and say, I like you, right? And ask for an invite, and I'll accept you, and then you'll know when we're live on the Academy Sports.
I got to pull your ponytail first. I like you.
I don't know. Yeah. So, anyway, before we get on to our sponsors, though, the man, the one, the only, the conglomerate of which is Audio Wave Network, The Wave. You see, there's new ad campaign going out this week on Instagram. I love it. I had to share it today, put it on my Facebook page. Audio Wave Network, the man, the myth, the legend, gets his hair cut every week.
Catch that wave.
All right, Mr. Terrific, how you doing, man?
What's up, man? Hey, man.
All is well, brother.
I told y'all the Patriots was gonna make the Super Bowl.
Hey.
I don't know if I said it out loud.
Did you?
I might have said the Saints, but I meant the Patriots.
Did you say that?
Yeah.
I was gonna question.
Okay.
I was gonna
I
question.
can't remember which one I said, but you know.
Yeah. Well,
We need a stat boy. Rewind the tape.
yeah. I don't have to. I'm refraining right now from telling you, but we'll get there here in a moment. But yes, the Patriots are in per your prediction.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think I said it.
Let me ask you this, Mr. Irvin. Are you watching the Pro Bowl?
No. Oh yeah, that is this week, isn't it?
Didn't even know.
No. I saw it on social media. I can't remember who it was. For somebody who played for the Jets when he tackled the Patriots
The
mascot.
mascot.
Oh,
yeah.
Adams.
That was funny.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I'm watching.
I still didn't realize the Pro Bowl was happening though. I saw that.
I'm
That's funny that they're
DVRing.
both in the same place at the same time.
I'm DVRing the skills competition, and I'm watching the program. I'm DVRing the skills competition.
Skills competition?
Which
When
comes
is
out
that?
tonight,
Yeah, they
9
do
o'clock.
different stuff now.
They play dodgeball,
relay races.
Relay races. They try to catch a football falling from a drone.
They play
like 12 feet
tic tac
high.
toe with kicking.
Yeah, it's actually kind of
That
entertaining.
sounds kind of fun.
Yeah.
I might try to check it
Yeah,
out.
check it out. See,
I
thank
usually-
you, Zoe. Yes, sir.
I watch it on YouTube. I don't watch it live. I just see
Yeah.
the condensed version.
I'm watching live. I am. Is there something wrong that I'm watching the Pro Bowl?
No, it's just whack, bro.
I mean, it's tough. Yeah, NFL's got it
Yeah.
tough. Nobody can match the NBA in their Pro Bowl. I get it. Or their NBA All-Star game. Sorry.
All right, well, let's pay the bills because we love the Bills here at the County Sports Show. We shout out Mr. Mike Von Plumbing, both licensed and insured. Von Plumbing provides top quality services at great prices, whether it's just getting up the home cold, waterproofing, like I said, daily home services. You want to call Von's Plumbing. The number is
313-304-7786.
Make sure to check out bondsplumbing.com. They'll see all the areas that are serviced. You can get a great quote. Let them know that the guy from the Academy sent you. You got to let them know. He'll appreciate it. The number is
313-304-7786.
we appreciate Mr. Mike Vaughn spelling around here because he is the real MVP. All right, let's get to business.
Yep.
The league is trying to be like the association. A lot of
A
drama.
lot of
Lot of
drama.
drama.
Oh, the Shield.
No, it's been a couple days. Everybody knows what's going on. We got Patriots Rams in the Super Bowl. Those games that lead to that, Patriots Chiefs, Saints, and the Rams. Two great games. Two great overtime games.
Yep.
A lot of star power, a lot of points. But I guess the one thing that stands out the most is the Saints Rams game.
Yeah.
The pass interference call that wasn't called.
Yeah.
And if that call got called, the Saints would be going to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Your thoughts on how it went down, and then we'll get to the whole call being reviewed in the future.
Well, let me just go ahead and do this for the pass interference. No call pass interference. Because, unfortunately, that is the thing that we're going to remember the most.
Okay.
This was a great football game.
It was.
I enjoyed it from beginning to end. I guess I was rooting for who I said was going to win
Mhm.
because we pick people and then we hope that we're right.
Yep.
So we can come on the show and say we were right.
Right?
You called me, you asked me.
That's the only reason we pick stuff.
Right. You called me, you asked me. I tried to hedge my bet, and you made me pick sides.
Goddamn.
Because I really, and I can be quoted, I think you'll validate this. I said, I have a feeling the Rams are going to win this game,
Okay.
but I picked the Saints.
Yes.
Because I just didn't see the Saints getting beat in the dome.
Yes.
Great game. top to bottom. A little slow starting, but I understood that. New Orleans misses a couple opportunities early. Okay? To me, you got to jump on them with 2 touchdowns when you're in the red zone. They go 2 field goals. I thought that was a little that changed it a little bit. That kept LA in it. But the Rams ultimately woke up. They performed, and we watched 2 teams battle it out, and I enjoyed it while coming home from DC. Now, the thing about it was what we're not talking about was the Saints shouldn't have been in that situation.
Thank you.
Okay, and Brandon said, "Can we talk about the ref playing for the Rams in '81?" Yeah, like there's a lot that goes behind this story of this ref, and we're gonna get to that. But can we just mention that there should never have been a needed 3rd down pass for a 1st down? And you text me, I was watching it, and we all know 2 timeouts remaining for the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
You just got a 1st down off of a nice run. You're in position to kick the game-winning field goal.
Yeah.
If you just run the ball on the first 2 downs, both of those timeouts get burned.
Yep.
But he threw the ball on 1st down.
Yep.
Timeout doesn't get used because the pass was incomplete.
Yep.
Then you end up 2nd down, you run it, he burns the timeout.
Well.
But you left the timeout in their pocket. Now, okay, yes, that was a blown call.
Like right in front of you.
Oh my, 2 referees
Right in front of you.
looking dead at it.
Yeah.
That was a blown call, yes. But we should have never, brethren, we should have never been in that situation if you're a Saints fan. Because honestly, you run the ball all 3 downs. You had 1 timeout.
Yeah.
You call your timeout with 40 seconds to go, maybe 30-some seconds to go. You kick the field goal, and then you count on your defense to stop them from going, 80 yards in 30 seconds.
Right.
And not a minute in there. Because I'm going to be honest with you, after that field goal was kicked, we all had a feeling.
Yeah.
Hey, the Rams can score.
You got 1:40 and a touchdown.
And a
timeout.
timeout. You know the Rams can score.
Yeah.
So, nobody's talking about it, but Sean Payton, you outcoached yourself on that one.
Put your team in that
Put
situation.
your team in that situation. I know that's not the popular opinion.
It's not.
But I mean, we could talk about the call all day. Hey, I think we all agree. Horrible call.
Right.
Horrible call. And it should have been a 1st down, and they could have ran the clock out and kicked the field goal that way too. Yes, absolutely. But you should have ran the ball on 1st down. And we're gonna learn from that. If I'm in that situation next year, please remind me.
Run that ball.
Run the ball.
Run the ball. Yeah. It was just watching it. He was called out on it too. Like, why didn't he run the ball on 1st down? You trying to do too much. I remember McVay doing that in, I want to say it was the Eagles game, where like you just run the ball. Why are you bootlegging? Why are you doing extra stuff? Just run the ball, play clock management, and give them as less time as possible to score.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Burn their timeouts, make them use the sidelines. So the call was egregious, but to put them in that situation, I totally agree with you. I think Sean Payton put them in that situation. Now, we're talking about should pass interference calls be reviewed in the last 2 minutes. And my thing is that's real tricky. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, what is the stipulation? Are you saying in the last 2 minutes, if the flag doesn't get pulled on a pass interference call, you're going to challenge the fact that it was pass interference?
Right.
Most of everything out there is going to be pass interference. A lot of things let go because there's these 2 guys jockeying for a position. So anytime you're going to put it on the screen in slow motion, you're going to get the pass interference call. Like, you can tell your player in the last 2 minutes, just go out there
and draw the pass.
Loft the ball up and
Yep.
draw a pass interference
that all
call.
the time.
And then if I don't get it, I'm going to challenge it.
Yep.
And then it was in the end zone. Now we're at the 1 yard line.
Yep.
That can go so wrong so many ways. You just got to deal with it. It is what it is. I don't think you need a rule for it. I don't think you need a special review for it. It'll change the game if I think I would game plan for that as a coach.
Yeah.
Like, it's the last minute, last 30 seconds. Hey, man, just run a go route. Jockey for position with the guy. We're going to throw it in the end zone. We're 40 yards out. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then, oh no, that was pass interference. Anybody jockeying in for position, and you put that in slow motion, both of us going for the ball, you're going to find a pass interference somewhere in there that you wouldn't have called in normal, in normal speed.
Yeah.
And then that's going to change so many games.
Yeah. I think it's just a slippery slope, like you said. Lions fans, here we go. Ralph is saying nobody cared when it happened to the Lions against the
Dallas Cowboys.
The Cowboys.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right.
I remember.
You're right. Nobody cared. It wasn't to go to the Super Bowl because y'all ain't got that close. But you don't have.
It was a wild card game, and it was one of the final plays of the game, and it should have been called. Same as the bat tap on Monday Night Football against Seattle.
You guys are
definitely
emotional.
Yeah, I could go on and on about how many times we done got screwed.
But I hear. Okay, that's fine. But this is not what this is about. All right. I don't think it should be reviewed. I agree with you. I agree with Ralph. He's saying the same thing. Mistakes do happen. It's just, unfortunately, this was, like you said, this was egregious. I mean, this was. He might need to lose his job or get demoted. He should be coaching in the CFL. He should be repping in the CFL next year. I mean, that's one of those where the referee who's only watching the quarterback should just throw his flag. Like, somebody on the field should throw that flag, but they operate in the I wasn't looking, my responsibility is here. That was bad, and
he just clocked him.
I feel bad. I do feel bad for Saints fans. I do.
That's 2 years in a row.
Bro,
you got screwed on the Hail Mary.
Yep, I feel bad for
and now you got screwed on the call.
Now, if that was y'all, the Lions, I wouldn't feel bad. But I feel bad for Saints fans. I'm only trolling you on purpose because he brought the emotion of nobody cared when it happened to the Lions. So I think there's been a lot of yelling and screaming about a couple calls that went against you guys that have changed some rules. So at the end of the day, though, the PI shouldn't be reviewed. I don't like it. It's a slippery slope. I feel like if you're going to say it's reviewable, you're going to have to put like parameters around it.
Yeah.
Say, well, you only get like one of those a game or 1.5 or something because you can, like you said, you can game plan for it. And we see it all the time. Sometimes quarterbacks do just throw it up because they hope for a jump ball and some type of pass interference. And in the NFL, it's a spot foul. So
it's like the pick route.
Exactly.
Like, sometimes you call it, sometimes you don't.
Yep.
And you can't be mad when they don't call it because you run the same doggone play.
Exactly. Yep.
I remember Belichick got mad when they ran that pick play on him in the Kansas City game. It's like, bro, you invented the pick play. Like, you do the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Ralph says at least helmet should have been called. I agree. There's really 2 fouls on the play. Yeah, 2 fouls. You had a blatant pass interference. He crushed the guy without looking at the ball.
Did turn
and
around.
it was
He could have intercepted it. Like,
he could have just looked at the ball and caught
picked it up.
But yeah, it was blatant. It was bad. Some of the memes have been hilarious, and the controversy of this is a lot because now you got like players really complaining.
Yeah.
I just saw on Instagram that Ben Watson just said, Commissioner Goodell, we all realize that football is an imperfect game played, coached officiated by imperfect people. What occurred last Sunday in New Orleans, though, was outside of that expected and accepted norm. Your continued silence on this matter is unbecoming of the position you hold, detrimental to the integrity of the game, disrespectful, dismissive to football fans everywhere. From the locker room to Park Avenue, accountability is what makes our league great. Lead by example. We are waiting.
So what do you want them?
What do you want them to do?
You want them to restart the game?
Yeah, my son's 4th grade teacher told him that they're actually suing the league. And
there's
a petition out right now.
There's a New Orleans attorney suing.
Yeah, stop. No.
You want us to really restart the game? Like you want us to go back, fill it up?
We're not doing this again.
And pick down the distance, and we're going to pick up where we left off.
Minute 43 and go.
No, man. It just is what it is. You get screwed sometimes.
Everybody's been screwed in life. You've seen this in sports before. It happens. I don't want to see it again. I don't want to. All that drama and energy. I mean, did you feel that when you were watching that game? You were in it. Mm-hmm. You can't like remake that and start that over. It's okay, guys. Let it go. Come back next year. I'm glad to hear Drew Brees is coming back. Hey, Saints got a great chance to get there again next year. Sorry, I feel bad.
Who has a better chance, Saints or Chiefs, to make it back?
I have to still say Chiefs because to me the NFC is just loaded. I think the NFC The NFC, I felt like whoever came out of the NFC was going to really be the favorite going into the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Just because of the number of teams that were on that side of the league that were just battling for that top spot. You had some dominant teams over there. I mean, look at the Rams. You had the Eagles on that hot streak. The Bears defense was unbelievable, and then you still had the Saints. I mean, it was a coin toss of who was going to come out of the NFC. I felt like the AFC was pretty straightforward, and I think it's going to be that way next year. If Brady comes back, which we expect him to.
You didn't believe in the Ravens or the Texans or the Chargers or.
No. I wanted to see the Texans get one for Watson. I picked the Ravens to beat the Chargers, and then sooner or later you knew that Ravens ball wasn't going to get very far.
No.
And I always looked at it as I didn't see anybody being able to play enough offense to get with the Chiefs. Like, to me, that was the only thing. And we know how.
But then that bad man showed up. The new bad man, the baddest man. I'm gonna take Aaron Rodgers'
Just
moniker.
stick with the GOAT.
I'm gonna take his moniker. The baddest man on the planet.
Ralph agrees with us. He says the Chiefs as well.
Thomas Bartholomew Brady.
I guess we could transition to that.
Yeah, I would. On that question, I would take the Chiefs too because the Saints, man, so much went right for them. Like, their defense got hot at the right time. They run a 2-back system. It's no telling one of them get hurt next year. Like the Chiefs, they lost Hunt. They kept going. They Sammy Watkins wasn't even a factor for them this year. They keep going. So I think it'll be easier for them to keep the train moving.
And Mahomes that brother's a baller.
He's good.
Yeah, Mahomes is a baller.
He's good.
He proved it. He let y'all know it's real.
Yeah.
On the biggest stage that he's ever been on to this point in his career, he let everybody know. Mm-hmm. He went toe to toe with the GOAT on Sunday.
That first half, I was like, I think the kid's choking.
Yeah, it was a rough start.
Half.
It was a rough start, but you know what?
Choking.
Belichick did what he does. They dirty the game up. They play you tight. They bump you. They grind you, and then they run the ball. They play action you. They played a perfect half of Patriots football when you're coming in and you have to beat an offensive team like that. Mm-hmm. They controlled the game, but it only took one momentum shift in that second half. And when it shifted, and Mahomes got his rhythm, and they were tough to stop. They were really tough to stop. I enjoyed that game, the majority of it the second half. I didn't want to see the Patriots go in there and just take it over. But it was
you
nice
didn't want to see
the
Patriots win at all. Let's be honest.
I picked the Chiefs.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, I'm being honest.
You're going to pick against the GOAT.
I picked the Chiefs.
Come on now. 2 minutes to go. Brady got the ball. It's over. Coin toss heads. We got the ball. It's over.
Yeah. No, I'm surprised that game didn't end. Like, when they scored, I was like, oh.
They scored too fast.
Yeah, I was like, oh, Brady's getting the ball back. Yeah. And here's the thing. I picked against them, but I'm with you on when them moments came at the end of the game.
It's over.
I was like, it's a wrap, bro. I was like, Kansas City don't win this toss, it's a wrap.
And
they're not getting the ball back.
You just feel it.
Yeah.
It's over. No matter where you play, no matter who you playing against, he going to find a way to beat you.
Yeah.
And he checked out of them passes and ran that ball down your throat. And Gronk came up in. People talk so much trash about Gronk all season. He old. He unmotivated. He blocked his butt off all year. And then when it was time for him to catch the ball, he caught the ball. And then on that final drive, my wife was watching it with me. She's like, you think Brady going to win? Watch number 11. Wherever 11 goes, that's where the ball's going.
Oh, my God. It was so
You
obvious.
can't. Like, he's finding 11 over the middle every time.
Every time. Dude, I was with Tony Romo looking at it like, okay, at some point, if you're playing safety in this game, you got to look and go, okay, Gronk's outside, they're going to throw to Gronk. Gronk's not outside, Edelman's in the slot, it's going to Edelman. And just take a chance and jump a route. Like, at some point, because it wasn't like they were doing anything crazy and complex.
Yeah.
They ran the slant to Gronk. Then they ran the fade to Gronk.
Yep.
Then they ran Edelman over the middle. And because I was going, they're going to run another pick play. They're going to run another pick play or something. It's going to be Edelman's outside. But then they went over the middle because the safety dropped out. Yep. I'm like, sooner or later, guys, just be professional and pay attention. They're doing the same thing. And then they ran off tackle. I'm like, somebody just jump a route one time.
Now,
and the D coordinator lost his job for that.
Yeah. Now, they did, the whole Patriots conspiracy theory thing. But those reviews, they were right to go to the Patriots. I don't think he touched the ball on that muff punt.
He didn't. I don't think he touched the ball either.
And,
It wasn't even as close. One of the camera angles, because of the angle, made it look like it hit his shoulder.
mm-hmm.
But it never hit his
He
hand.
never touched him. They
Never
talk about
touched
watch his
his
thumbs. Like,
Yeah,
it never touched him.
him.
The
I
ball
agree.
never moved. It never changed speed. It never changed rotation. That never touched him.
Yeah, I agree.
The Edelman, the catch over the middle, the Hogan catch, when he cuffed it right here, that was a
That
catch.
was a catch.
The one that he dropped on the sideline, the Edelman ball, they called that not a catch. That was all the reviews that they put out there. It was right.
No conspiracy on this one, guys. We saw the GOAT do what the GOAT is supposed to do. That's what you saw. I mean, you saw that's like back in the 90s, and you knew one shot is going to Jordan, and there's pretty much nothing you can do about it. And you had to have known, heads or tails, Kansas City had to win the toss.
They had to.
I mean, if you watch football long enough, Ralph is saying Brady is officially the GOAT. Montana's his guy. Hey, NFL is an era game. If you've been watching it, depending on what era you watch it in, you definitely had your favorites. I have already conceded the GOAT title to him last year.
Thanks for coming around, Ralph. Appreciate it.
But yeah, so Ralph is coming around.
It takes some longer than others.
It does, and what you
hear
now
on the
seeing
intro.
is it's there.
I told you 5 years ago he was a go.
That wasn't a good argument 5 years ago. Yeah, so it's just one of those things. I knew it. You knew it. Everybody knew it. If they don't win this toss. But kudos to Pat Mahomes. This brother, I feel like he went toe-to-toe with Brady. He went toe-to-toe. They did not back down. Because they could have. When New England went up, that could have been it.
Yeah.
And Kansas City went right back down the field. All right, he started making that one sidearm throw he made. He started making those throws.
Well,
I can't wait to see this kid mature. It's going to be fun. The young quarterbacks in this league are exciting, and I think the future is bright. The NFL is definitely happy with the new stock of quarterbacks that have come into this league in the last couple years. And one day, when Brady and Breeze decide to hang it up, Rivers decide to hang it up, I think the torch is going to be passed to a good crop of quarterbacks.
yeah, most definitely. You wanted the battle of the young fellas.
Yep.
I wanted the battle of the old heads. We split.
Yep. And it wasn't the young fella that I thought it was going to be honest with you. I thought it was going to be Breeze and Mahomes. I really did.
So right now we're looking at Super Bowl with Rams Patriots.
Rams Patriots. Ironically,
one more time.
20 years to
One more time.
And you know it's funny because I started to text you and say, "Hey, does the NFL have its ways?" And I know you hate that. I know you hate that. But I mean, you go back and you look. You're like, really? Is this the anniversary of the infamous Rams and Patriots game?
If whether it's title number 1 or title number 6, we gonna take it. Okay. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Got you.
But I respect the Rams. I respect the Rams' journey getting to this point. I respect their play calling, their coach, their quarterback, their running back. I was surprised that they won without Todd Gurley. I was pretty sure he was hurt, but his comment was that he was playing trash, so he let CJ play the game.
Yeah,
but I'm pretty sure he's hurt.
They did a good job of masking that. I think he's hurt too, but he better be ready for this Super Bowl.
He better be ready for the Super Bowl. We're not gonna go dive into it because we still got a whole nother week. But I'm excited to see this matchup. You know, Aaron Donald and Sue versus Tom Brady and that old line. Can they get pressure on him? Can those wide receivers get separation on the secondary with Talib and Peters? It's just good. It's just good boxing back and forth. You know, good linebackers versus Gronk. But at the end of the day, it's Brady versus. It's Belichick versus McVay. Like, who comes up with the better scheme? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Does the old head just outcoach him, or does the young buck just go over his head? Like,
because the young buck is real. Yeah, he's real.
I think that's the most intriguing storyline to me.
No emotion in this question. Okay, no emotion, no who because I know who you love here. Okay. All right, I don't want your picture of your jersey going viral. I have that evidence. Early favorites going into this game. Not your pick, just as of today. We'll talk about it more in depth next week.
Okay.
Early favorite going into this game, who, if you just were making a pick, no emotion, no fanatic in it, you're just making a pick, early favorite going into this game, who do you like, Rams or Patriots?
I like Thomas Bartholomew Brady. That's who I like. That's who I like. As soon as he made it, that's who I like. What kind of question? What are you asking me right now? Like, what do you want from me?
I want
You
you,
want
to
me to come up-
remove your
you want me-
fandom.
Come up with
And
a
I want you to
scenario where the
remove-
Rams actually win? No! No! I removed the fandom. I removed everything.
And you
Thomas Bartholomew Brady. And I removed the bell.
bell.
The Thomas Bartholomew Brady. All day. I'm giving you the black woman hand clap because that's what is going to happen. And that's without my prediction.
All right. Never mind.
Where are you leaning towards?
I think early lean. And again, I have a reason to be a Brady fan. He's a Michigan man. Okay. So I acknowledge his goatness. Okay.
All right.
I give all that. Early favorite though, I think the Rams are the early favorite. Okay. Because of some of the things you just said, matchup wise, D line, O line, I think you lean Rams. Secondary receivers, defensively Rams secondary versus the receivers of the Patriots. I think talent wise, you lean Rams. Now, of course, those receivers are made great by the man playing quarterback.
I think knock 11 like that.
Hold on, I think quarterback to quarterback, you lean Patriots. If you flip it over, Patriots secondary, Rams receivers. That's a push to me. There's nobody really in the Rams. Patriots secondary that's like dominant to me. But the Rams don't have the big name anymore, but they got a lot of speed. So I think there's a lot of reasons to. And I apologize, guys. It looks like my connection's going up and down. So if you're in my live feed on Facebook, stick around or come back if you leave out, or jump over to our YouTube page. It seems to be running smoothly. But I think early favorite lean is Rams. That's it. Early favorite lean. That's not my prediction.
That's right.
We'll talk more in depth about it next week.
Yeah, we're just leaning.
I asked you to be emotionless.
I was.
And not fanatical.
I was.
You killed the bell and yelled a man's name that you've given him. There's a lot of fanatical tendency there.
No, I was real emotionless.
Right.
I took all the emotion out of it and I made my early predictions. Emotionless predictions. But it should be a good game. We'll definitely get more in depth of it next week. And we'll see where that goes. As a Detroiter, I don't want to see a Dominican Sue win a ring.
Every time somebody leaves Detroit, they go to the Super Bowl.
Well, it's either
Don't
way.
hate on the man.
It's gonna be either way. Van
Don't
Noy,
hate on the man.
Van Noy, or Seuss. One of these former Lions are winning the chip. So
Please, Detroit Lions fans, watch it in peace.
It's
Don't
gonna
do
happen.
that to yourself this
it's gonna
time.
happen.
Y'all do it to yourselves every Super Bowl. Oh, he used to play for us. Don't do it this time. Don't even focus on that this time.
It's gonna happen.
This time, just watch it in peace.
One of them Lions is winning the ring.
Oh, don't be angry. I'm
It
sorry.
is what it
I'm
is.
sorry.
As long as it's not Eric Ebron, I'll be all right.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
All right. Well, before we get into the association, do we got a top 10?
5. Thank you. Ralph says the Pats are the can't go against. Oh, Ralph says the Pats are the early favorites. Just the early favorite, Ralph.
I think the Rams
You don't have to
open up
pick the Pats.
as a 3-point favorite.
Yeah, I think the Rams are the early favorite. All right. So top 5. You try to make it a top 10. I think you try to set me up. Top 5. Trying to see if I really read the rundown. So as you know, I like to explain this segment every week so that we're clear on what's happening. Before we transition to the NBA, to our NBA talk, we just every week just do a top 5, and this top 5 can be whatever you want it to be. It can be your top 5. All right. So every week we can name our own top 5 and list our top 5, and we debate sometimes, and sometimes we agree. All right. So, in honor of, and see, y'all hear this in the background? You hear this? There's this undertone of just cynicism in the room. What is wrong with you right now?
I feel like you about to say something real off the wall.
I don't think this is off the wall. I think this top 5 is an honorable top 5. Okay. So my top 5 for this week, and we alternate week to week. So, and feel free to chime in with your top 5 once you hear the topic. My top 5 for this week, in honor of the Saints and Rams game and the call, no call, pass interference, my top 5 this week is the top 5 worst NFL call, no calls in the history of the game. Okay? See? There's nothing egregious about that. It's pretty standard. Okay? It's in honor. So after seeing that, hearing it, thinking, okay, I'll do a top 5 this week. So I'm going to honor that. Now, Saints fans, I'm sorry. And when I list these 5 out, maybe you have a debate because I'm going to maybe open up a couple of old wounds. I can already tell you that. Okay?
Lions?
Depending on who you're rooting for in said game, you might feel some type of way.
Number 1 should be the Lions pass interference call in the wild card game that wasn't called. Number 2 should be the back tap on Monday Night Football against.
Was that the Lions too?
Yep, against the Lions, against Seattle, when he back tapped it out the end zone. That was a foul, and Jim Caldwell didn't know it was a foul until somebody told him it was a foul after the game. Number 3 should be the catch that wasn't a catch by Calvin Johnson when we should have won the game at Soldier Field.
Somebody in our YouTube feed said they got a couple of them off top. Keep going. Go ahead. This is your top 5. Go ahead. Your top 5 clearly is 5 Lions players. So go ahead and finish that list.
It's okay. Go ahead.
What was that? That was 3.
Yeah,
so you giving me what you think your number 1 is?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of them 3 got to be on the list because all those are egregious.
All right. Well, this is my top 5. Let me remind you again. My top 5. And I'm a little older than Dre, so I went back to start off. I went back a little bit, all right, because I felt like if I just give a bunch of 5s from
a lot of guidelines popped up.
if I give a 5 from this, like the last 5 years, everybody will agree and we'll be done. So I went back. All right, so at number 5, all right, so this is my number 5 worst NFL call or no call. And unfortunately, it's your Lions. Your Lions are on here. But this one benefited the Lions. Lions-Steelers, Thanksgiving Day, 1998. Coin flip. Jerome Bettis calls tails.
Yeah.
Somehow, the referee heard heads.
Yeah.
Steelers go on to lose that game.
Yeah, that was a great game.
You hear this? So... Stop crying, Lions fans. It's always you guys getting screwed. It's not.
We always get screwed.
In this situation, 1998, Thanksgiving Day, Lions-Steelers, somehow this referee heard heads. This man called tails, clearly, in the mic.
They don't get the calls.
And the Lions went on to win that game. So that's my number 5. All right. Number 4. I think you're going to support this because this is your guy. Number 4, Patriots-Raiders, 2001. The Tuck Rule. Yeah. A lot of these bad calls end up becoming rules, by the way, because they have to cover themselves. The Tuck Rule. That, ladies and gentlemen, was a fumble.
Well, it was empty hand, pushed the ball forward.
Sir, empty hand.
Going forward.
Empty hand, ball. Empty hand, that ball was out. Okay? That was a bad call.
Forward motion.
I don't care if his arm was going forward. The ball was out of his hand already.
Yeah, but the ball was moving forward.
All right. I'm not here to debate it. I knew this was going to happen because that's your guy. All right?
That was the genesis of his excellence.
Hey.
You're not going to take that away. You're not going to take that away.
Did you guys hear what he just... The genesis of his excellence.
Yeah, you're not going to take that away. No.
I'm not taking it away. I can't go back and
It's
change
not
it.
egregious. It's
That was
not a
egregious.
bad call.
Sir, when they make a rule because of a bad call, it's egregious.
No.
The rule was made because that was a missed call.
No, it was the rule was clarified. It wasn't made. It was a clarification of the rule.
All right. Moving forward.
The rule exists. Obviously, he got the call. They just had to clarify the rule.
Bad call. All right. Worst. One of the top 5 worst calls.
Tuck rule is
All
not
right.
one of the worst calls.
Number 3. All right. Unfortunately,
Catch, not a catch.
your Lions are back on this list. And I guess you know where I'm going. Lions versus Bears. 2010.
It was a catch.
It was a catch.
It was a catch.
Calvin Johnson. End zone.
Ah!
Feet down. Then he puts the ball down on the ground. Ball moves. Incomplete pass. Horrible. Horrible call,
Still
ref.
remember that.
That still burns a lot of people up here in Detroit. A lot of people. Honestly, I laugh.
Today's NFL, that's a catch now.
That's a catch now. In this year, as a matter of fact, with the changing of the catch rules being clarified now,
Horrible. It was
everything's
horrible.
now a catch. But Lions Bears 2010, Calvin Johnson, that was a catch. All right, that was my number 3. No more Lions on this list.
Poor Cal.
All right, no more Lions on this list. This one, number 2, is personal to me. Green Bay versus, who do you think?
Oh, no.
Seattle. 2012. Fail Mary. Ball goes up in the air. Simultaneous catch
Oh yeah, I remember that.
in the end zone.
It goes to the
Goes to the Seahawks for a touchdown.
yeah, it always goes to the offense.
Yeah. But prior to the catch, the simultaneous catch, by the way,
Yeah.
all right,
I
prior
remember
to it, there was a blatant push. Offensive pass interference that was missed. And to make matters worse and throw salt on the wound, those were the replacement refs.
Oh yeah, that year.
Oh,
I remember that year.
as
Yeah.
a Packers fan,
Yeah.
it's already hard enough to go into Seattle and win a game.
Yeah.
And for some reason, for
What
like
the
a
fuck?
four-year stretch, the Packers were playing Seattle
Every year. Yeah. Every
in
year.
Seattle
Every
to like open the
At
season
night.
At night, right? Wet and rainy. I mean, it was like everything against my pack, and
I
and,
remember
and that happened.
I remember that. Yeah, but the ball goes to offense though. Like in that kind of struggle.
I think when you go back and look at the play, and this is my emotion,
Okay.
I thought the defensive guy caught the ball first, and the offensive guy kind of latched on to it.
Okay.
Because if the other issue that we had with the replacement refs was one ref said touchback
I remember that.
and one ref said touchdown.
Yeah, I remember that.
So that to me says somebody saw somebody catch the ball first. Okay? So as a Packers fan, that would be number 2 on my list.
I can understand that.
Green Bay, Seattle, 2012, Fail Mary.
I can understand that.
And number 1, in honor of, like I said, this whole list was in honor of this week.
Oh,
Sir,
poor thing.
there's no way you can put, I know you want to hear more Lions pains, but I can't. Because to me, out of all my years watching football, I'm sorry,
He
New Orleans.
blasted him. He blasted
Oh
him.
God, he took him out. Okay, so I'm sorry, New Orleans. The number 1 worst call in NFL history is the pass interference no call that took place this past Sunday in the New Orleans Superdome. Unfortunately, there we go.
Is it Mr. Spin CD?
Yeah,
Okay.
my brother. What
Okay,
he
yeah,
said
he said he was in Washington for that one. On the Fail Mary.
on the Fail Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, he was in Seattle at that time. Yep. Or he was at Fort somebody up there. He was at some Army base. But yeah, I think that's number 1.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
He blasted him.
Yeah. And the drama that has come
And
from this,
He knew he blasted
he
him.
knew he did. He kind of hoped there was no flag.
Yeah.
And then did you see they put it in Madden and programmed it so Madden could run the play?
No.
Yes. They programmed it so Madden could run the play again and ran the play,
Yeah.
and the ref threw the flag. I was like, when you have this much drama happening.
It helps the league, though.
It does help the league.
It doesn't help New Orleans.
Media spin.
But it helps the league.
Yeah, and
it was on all the media outlets.
they were spinning. It was on CNN.
It was everywhere. It was on Good Morning America the next day.
So that's my top 5. Top 5 worst NFL call, no calls. Number 5, Lions versus Steelers, Thanksgiving Day coin flip, 1998. Bettis says tails, referee says heads. Patriots Raiders, Tuck rule, 2001, snowy game. Raiders should have gone to the Super Bowl that year. Lions Bears, 2010, Calvin Johnson, he caught that ball. Green Bay Seattle, 2012, fell Mary. Packers should have won that game. Saints Rams, pass interference, that will never be known.
I'm trying to think of some other stuff.
There's a lot. There's a few of them.
Dez
Bryant's catch against the Packers, catch or no catch. Now it'd be a catch.
Yeah.
The other one I almost put on this list was Steelers. Just a couple years ago, Steelers.
Oh my
Jags.
God,
Was it Steelers Jags where he catches it, goes over the line?
that was against the Patriots.
The Steelers Patriots. Yep,
Yeah.
catches it over the line. Then it comes out.
Yeah.
Now remember, go back Super Bowl last year.
Yeah.
Ertz has the same thing.
Yeah.
Touchdown. So I
Jesse
thought that
James.
could have, Jesse James. Yep,
Yeah.
I thought that could have been on my list as well.
Yeah.
I looked online. A lot of people said the immaculate reception back in the 70s, the Steelers, where it gets tipped,
Mm-hmm.
and my man, the running back catches it like right. You've seen it in like they show it every year.
Yeah.
And there was no replay back then, but when you go back and look at the video, there's question of whether or not it was tipped and whether or not the ball hit the ground. Every time I've seen it, it's always so fast. I kind of believe that it was what it was, so I never actually checked.
Franco Harris.
Yeah, Franco Harris. Yep.
Yeah, you always see that. They always play that one.
Yeah, so there's a lot, man. But that's my 5, top 5 fails or call, no calls, whatever you want to call them. Like I said, depending on what side of the fence you're on, you might agree that the call was made right or it was incorrect.
Yeah.
My list okay?
Yeah, it was decent this week. It was decent this week. I ain't got no, because it's a wide spectrum. You know, I'm not. You know, that was.
Trying to be
It
creative
was
too.
decent.
Thank
Oh,
you.
my man blasted.
Yeah. We have to we really got to let it go. But I'm sorry, Saints fan. Like the funniest meme was, did you see the meme where the guy was recording there was some gathering of Saints fans in this looked like a VFW hall. They had the game on.
Yeah.
They had the music playing, and they were dancing. The girls was getting it. That was when the Saints was up, and then they showed the recording when the field goal was going in, and you can hear in the background, and the field goal's good, 57-yarder, and those same fans just looking like,
What just happened?
I felt so bad. There's ever a fan base you feel bad for this week, I feel bad. Stop hating, Ralph.
Yeah.
Just feel bad. Because as a Lions fan, you understand their agony.
Just couldn't. Okay, whatever. Bro. Like I can't. The Packers suck. And they're gonna suck for the next 5 years because they got some dude who sucks at a head coach and the worst quarterback coach and the worst offensive coordinator you can ever get.
And enjoy riding that boat, because guess what boat I'm on? Cleveland! This is for you!
Did you see the
Let's go, Brownies!
report that came out
Yes,
today?
I read it.
And all the
All the
turmoil
drama and
made by the owner and
Whew.
pitting coaches against each other.
Now we know.
Stuff.
Now we know why certain people got fired, and now we know why Baker Mayfield feels some type of way.
Get out of my office.
Yeah.
Okay, you. All right, you feel so. All right. I got you.
Yeah, we now are clear on that.
All right. Well,
Thanks for trying to spin negativity towards my city.
you're welcome.
Just let it be.
You're welcome. They deserve it.
They just released that article because we got good juju right now. Don't be mad when we got AB on our team.
Oh, wait.
Woo!
They'll never trade Antonio Brown.
Mr. Brown.
You might get Le'Veon, but they'll never tell it. They'll never.
Don't hate when it happens.
Nah, never. On to the association. A lot of things happened.
NBA.
A lot of things. There were phone calls made. There was a big return. The Monstars are now back together.
Boogie! Woo!
And James Harden just put down 61 in Madison Square Garden.
Oh, God.
Let's start there. James Harden has firmly put himself back in the MVP race, scoring 260 something points in the last week or so. Just going on a tear. And this is without Clint Capella, without Chris Paul, putting his team on his back. unassisted all these points, just jacking up shots and hitting free throws. The most unguardable guy. This is all happened the last couple weeks. All the last couple weeks, James Harden has become the most unguardable player in the NBA. He's become one of the greatest offensive players ever to play the game. He's become the best offensive player in the league. Like, everybody's on this James Harden train. They're on this bandwagon with LeBron hurt, Kyrie struggling, Kawhi playing in Toronto, Durant with the Monstars. Is James Harden the best player in the NBA right now?
If you qualify it with all of those other things you just said, yeah, sure. He's the best player playing in the NBA right now. No, he's not the best player. He's the best offensive player in the NBA right now.
Okay.
But when I think, and this is just me in my opinion, when I think best player, I'm all around. I'm thinking all around. I'm thinking value to team, carrying team, victories, things like that. I'm not just saying, he's scoring the most points. So, because he scored 61, they won by 4.
Yeah.
He scored 56 a week ago, they lost.
To the Nets.
Yeah, so I think you got to hedge that a little bit. But best offensive player right now, or arguably in the game, period, offensively, yes.
But the best player in the league goes to...
It still goes to LeBron.
He ain't played in 15 games.
That doesn't change his... I hate it when people do this. That doesn't change who he is. Okay? To me, he came into the year as the best player. No one, to me, overall has ascended to that level this year to take that from him, even though he hasn't played.
Yeah, but...
Even though he's been injured.
To your point that you always make to me, we're talking about right now. We're talking about right now. Not talking about overall,
I don't think
on the grand scheme of
best
things.
player in the league isn't a
right now.
But best player in the league isn't a right now conversation.
It is.
No, it isn't. We never can say right now best player in the league because we always have to look at a whole picture. When you're talking best player, we always have to look at what's the big picture of this player. That's how you even get to who's the best player. Like, that's the only way you arrive there. You don't. If that's the case, we would be jumping every year from player to player going, oh, this year he's the best player in the league. And that's not how the NBA works. The NBA is a league that somebody gets crowned, they're the best player in the world. And then you rank that in order. And the only way that changes is over time. That never changes in the course of one season.
Okay.
So, to me, LeBron's still the best player in the league. When he comes back, he'll show you that. And he'll try to do something with the Lakers to get them to the promised land. But currently today, I'm still going LeBron because LeBron to me is still the best player in the league. James is just on a tear right now, but James is the best offensive player in the league. And I argue James is. He's not back in the conversation. Harden is the MVP right now.
Over Giannis?
Yes, because they're still the Bucks. Stop. He can't shoot.
It's cool.
Yes. Because if Harden goes down, value, and Antetokounmpo goes down, value, the Bucks might win a couple still. The Rockets are done. Actually,
that's because they're depleted. They're both going to be done.
Yeah. Harden is more valuable to me than Antetokounmpo.
So is James Harden the best player in the NBA? The guy who's averaging what? He has to be averaging at least 42, 43.
Yeah, he's gone on some crazy streak where he's
just put up
30
61.
games. He just put up 61 at the Garden.
Playing without the second and third best player on the team.
He scored more points in December and January than Kyrie scored all year.
Picking up random guys like Kenneth Faried and Austin Rivers.
Yep.
And winning with those cats.
But he's also losing and scoring 56.
But he has zero help. But the way they play, he don't want no help. All those unassisted points. And it's kind of,
And they won't win in the playoffs like this.
No, because you would think by then they would have a full team and roster and, they'll play back to regular basketball.
Yep.
But for right now, this is D'Antoni's only option. is to get hard in the ball and just let him do what he has to do just to keep pace in the West.
It's amazing when you watch. Have you watched them
It's
play?
bad to watch.
It's horrible to
I
watch.
can't.
Like when I see the highlights and see it condensed, I'm like, dang, he went off. Oh yeah, step back.
But a whole
To
game,
watch a whole game
it's
is
bad.
painful, bro. I'm sorry.
It's either travel, backstep, or he's driving to the lane. That's pretty much the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's bad to watch. Like
So-
they try their best to hype up the matchup,
Right.
and then when you actually watch the game, it's like, bro, this is trash.
Like he just literally just hog. I don't even know if he's a ball hog because really they have no other option.
They have zero options.
So it's like pass the ball to him, dribble, step back,
Yep.
dribble, step
5,
back.
4, 3, 2.
Yep. And they got beat up by the 76ers the other night.
Yeah, because they actually double team. Actually to the ball out there, and then they got to do Corey Brewer off the couch and gave him one job
Bro, did you
to be a
see-
nuisance.
Did you see how?
So that's what he did. He was a nuisance.
Bro, I would have. Kudos to James Harden because I saw one clip. I would have fired on him, man. Like the dude gets a dunk and runs back over and leans into Harden and starts just pestering him.
That's
And
that's
then
how
he
you gotta
looks-
play
He
ball.
looked like he just got finished hitting the bottle, bro. Like he just looked so scraggly. Like who's this guy? Get him out of here. That was kind of like get this guy out of here.
Hey,
But I agree with you.
but you know, some people say Philadelphia's not better than Boston, but well, you know, we're not
They're
talking
not.
about that. They are. They are. I'm not ready to say James Harden's the best player in the league either.
Good.
Because I just don't like his style of basketball. This is real
Oh, that's a
personal.
hater.
This is real personal.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's real personal. I don't like his style of basketball.
Announcement. This is personal.
It's personal. I don't like his style of basketball. Like, it's not basketball. Like, if you thought Steph Curry ruined the league, what do you think James Harden's doing? Kids are just double tapping backwards and just launching now.
He doesn't double tap every time. He's only done it once. He did it. Curry tried it. My man from another squad got away with it.
Man.
His step backs are legit.
Like, my man B-Dot, the dude who make fun of the basketball people,
Yeah.
like, he had him on point. Like, just straight, just keep
Yeah.
going backwards. Just keep it, like, cross the street. Keep going backwards.
Oh,
Because that's
man.
all it is, bro. Like, you know he wants to hit the step back on you.
And unguardable though.
He wants to hit the step back on you,
How do you know he wants to hit the
And
step
you-
back and you can't stop?
and you can't get up on him. Because if you get up on him, he's going to draw a foul. And if you get up on you, he's going to go for the layup.
Yeah.
So, like, you really can't. You just had to double team him. Like, straight up hardcore double team him and make the others beat you. I'll play 3-on-4. But you're not going to get the shot off.
So you clear, and we agree. You definitely have a little more of a rooted feeling about it. But is he one of the greatest scorers of all time?
Yeah, just because of where we play right now.
Okay. So is he up there with Kobe?
Oh, man. He's just throwing out loaded questions.
I know. Because this is all. I mean, this has been the talk all week. Then somebody tried to make an argument that he was a greater scorer than Kobe, and it was like, come on, bro. I'm not there. Because to me,
He's not a greater scorer than Kobe.
Yeah,
Kobe
that's
had
right.
more moves.
yeah, oh yeah,
Kobe can hit a three in your face.
yeah, mid range, he can get to
He
the rack.
mid-range, he can back you down, layups, dunks, everything, fake move, spin move, all that. Kobe had the full arsenal, and he still was carrying jokers. You know what I'm saying? 2 moves, Hard got 2 moves. He got the step back and he got a layup and making free throws. Like, you shoot 20 free throws a game, you're going to score 50 points.
Yeah, that's true.
You know? So, no, he's not a better scorer than Kobe.
Okay.
But, do you think he can break Kobe's record this year? You think he can get an 81 piece? 82 nugget on him?
No,
You don't think?
I think he's capable. I just don't think they'll let. I don't. That's one thing I don't think teams will let happen.
Let it happen?
Yeah, I don't think okay, he scores 61, but like you said, like sooner or later somebody's got to double. But then in today's NBA, they sit people down. Like
yeah.
they
Because
rest you.
Steph
Like,
and Clay could have had it.
Yeah.
You know, got close to it this
Clay
year.
hit 10 threes the other night.
Yeah. Early in the season, they was balling.
Yeah.
Like,
So
they both had their 50-point games, and they set the whole
yeah,
fourth
they set the
quarter.
whole fourth. So no, I think he's capable.
I think
definitely.
Harden's vain enough to stay in the game and go for 82
D'Antonio's
points.
vain enough to let him, but I don't. It just feels like they'll take him out of the game sooner or later. But What is he saying? I can't hear the Prince.
Gotta get up better. He's the only scorer for them. On another squad, he'll be able to do it.
Oh, you think
Get the
because
81?
you think because he's on the Rockets he can't get the 81? I think because he's on the Rockets he can get the 81. That's why, because he's the only scorer. He's like the guy that he's gonna shoot everything.
As long as Chris Paul's out, another ball handler, he's gonna get it.
He can definitely get it.
He's gonna.
He's very capable.
It just feels very exhausting. Like if I'm him, I would be very exhausted. Like I'm shooting 30 shots a game,
He says he's not.
20 free throws a game.
He's
I
going
would
to
be.
the All-Star game. He's going to shoot some more.
I would be exhausted if I was him.
He will be. He will be. Come playoff time, I think we'll see it. If they get that full arsenal back, that's going to be a storyline. We're going to talk about it at the end of the year because you're going to wonder, do they fizzle out? I mean, if you remember a couple years ago, Game 6, he just was a no-show. And he looked horrible. And a lot of people said it had a lot to do with how they play basketball during the regular season.
Yeah.
So it is going to be interesting to see, can he carry this into the playoffs and beyond. I don't see it. He's physically able to get 81. I think he can break that.
I think he can get it.
But I don't think he's going to get it.
I think he'll wake up one day and James Harden scored 85 points.
Dang. This year?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I think it's gonna happen. Like you're gonna see James Harden versus the Phoenix Suns. James Harden.
Oh, it's gonna be against somebody sorry.
Yeah.
Too. You're right. Well, we'll see. I don't think anybody will let him. I think they'll foul him. I think it'll get to a point where D'Antonio might have to take him out of the game because you don't want to lose him.
Just go for it.
But yeah, they sit players nowadays though. You get up 30, get up 40 points, they sit people. So I don't know.
All right. Before we get to the call heard around the world. The Monstars are all together now. Boogie made his debut. These guys look unstoppable now. You got a 5 that can do everything 1 through 4 can do.
Yeah.
So the league is pretty much over. Is it done? It's done.
We unfortunately we started the season on this page.
Yeah.
And we put a marker in that page.
Yeah.
And we allowed ourselves to venture off and
Yeah.
talk and discuss other things.
We're here now.
Yeah, we let Sports Stats Evas come in here
Yeah.
and talk crazy.
Yeah.
Lakers this and Lakers that. But we're here.
We're here now.
We're back to where we thought we were going to
We're
be.
here now.
The Warriors are who you think they are.
Ugh.
And his first game back, pick and roll.
Yeah. And he was blazing them threes.
He was blazing threes.
I'm gonna need him to get a better 3-point.
Yeah, I thought so. At least do the mellow and bang your head or something. But yeah, bro, it's crazy. If they stay, all you got now at this point, stay healthy, right?
Yeah.
He's clearly still fouls a lot because the brother ain't got his wind yet.
Yeah.
He commits like 5 fouls a game.
Yeah.
But he's clearly a force, and questions about can he keep up are already done because he's not coming in saying, give me the ball on the block.
No.
He understands his role, which is huge for him,
Yeah.
and he's playing for money.
And the crazy thing, too, is in those scenarios where it was a quick, fast break or a turnover and the ball's going back and forth and you don't see him in the picture frame, they don't need him.
No.
Like, they could go 4 on 5 and still get a good shot.
Yep.
And he's still
coming up
trailing.
And he might be the trailer that catches the ball at the top and knocks the 3 down.
Yeah, so
absolutely.
it's scary. And things just got real scary.
And they're hot right now. Steph's hot. Clay is back. If I watched the Lakers game while I was in I was in DC. I watched that Lakers game. Oh, no, that was Monday. I watched that, but I watched the Boogie return game while I was in DC. And then to see Boogie do his thing, and then to see how they poured the water on him afterwards, so you saw the camaraderie. And then they play the Lakers, and Clay comes out and goes 10 for 10 and 3-pointers.
Yep.
And it was so, at first it was like, oh, 3-pointer, 3. Then in the third quarter, it was like, bang, 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 bang. On like 3 dribbles again. Hey, man, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Sorry, league.
The 2019 NBA Finals trophy goes to the Golden State
The
Warriors.
Monstars
Sorry.
win again.
We're going to talk about it. We're going to have to do
It's the
all our
last
predictions.
year of it. It's the last year. They're not gonna be together next year. It's the last year. I mean, Boogie's gone. They can't resign. They ain't got money to resign.
Well, that's if he's not proving that this health.
He's not gonna
Ain't
resign for
nobody
another
giving him
fat
max
minimum.
money.
You never know.
Ain't nobody giving him max
At least a
money.
decent contract.
Somebody, they can give him a decent
They
contract.
can't give him no
Yes, they can, because they can rework some other contracts. You know them guys like to rework contracts in the
KD's
bag.
gone, or Clay's gone, or you ask Draymond to rework. You still trade Draymond because he got this year, next year.
Okay.
I think it's a different group next year. Sans at least 2 guys.
Well, listen, that'll be something we'll talk about because we ain't gonna have nothing else to talk about in the playoffs. So we could probably debate on that one.
Okay. Well, let's finish it off with the call. Your boy, LeBron James, received a call from the kid. The guy that he called the kid after he left.
Yep.
Mr. Kyrie Irving, the guy who you're giving a mulligan to this year. The Boston Celtics as a whole, you're giving them a mulligan. You are.
Dang,
You're giving them a cap.
Why do we bring that up? What
You're
does that have
giving
to
him a Cavs
what's that have to do with
mulligan.
right now? What's that have to do with right now?
And he pretty much took a poop on his teammates and called LeBron and told them, man, I'm sorry for being my teammates. I'm sorry for being so young and naive and wanting everything right now and not going through the process because I'm going through it right now and these don't understand. And I'm trying to let these understand, but they don't understand. And I'm sorry for being that guy.
Your FCC bleep out is perfect.
Yeah, you know, that's right. You know, what was your take when you heard that conversation? When you saw him come back to the OG and apologize?
Unfortunately, the podcast lane, you can't see what's about to happen. Those of you who are in our live feeds, you can. This was my take. I was watching this in DC, got back to the room, saw it on TV, and I'm reading it, listening, and I go,
Oh.
slow clap.
Okay.
Slow clap.
All right.
Because LeBron is one of the most hated individuals in sports.
You think this gave him a little vindication?
This gave him vindication. And this is my guy.
Okay.
So to see that was the vindication. All the noise. Oh, LeBron, you got to do better to make your team stay together. Oh, it's LeBron's fault that Kyrie wanted to leave. The end of the day, this told us the story. It brought clarity. Kyrie wanted to go. Not necessarily because drama. Now, did he maybe have issues with Gilbert? Probably. They all do. Did him and LeBron have moments? Probably. They all do. That's a part of being in the locker room with stars. But ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, Kyrie wanted to be the man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he wanted. And you can't hate the brother for it. But he left. He wanted to be the man. But it's one of those where you come back and you say, you know what, I realized. And when you have those realizations, you have those epiphanies, to the elder statesman,
Yeah.
that is a great moment because
Crown is heavy.
it vindicates you and it shows that now you get it.
Yeah.
That's like us waiting for our kids one day to come back
Yeah.
and say, you know what, Mom and Dad, because I can't wait till TT does. Okay. You know what? I
Y'all
get
did
it
a
now.
lot, man.
Yes. Okay? So I can't wait till TT comes back. Mom, I get it now. Remember when you told me
Yeah.
and I didn't listen?
Yeah.
I'm sorry because
Yeah.
I understand. And now I regret.
I know.
I know. That is vindication, sir. So that was my reaction. I was happy to hear it. I thought Kyrie was big for doing it. Happy to hear that they had that conversation, and it vindicated my man. And I'm good with that. Now, all this other stuff we're reading into it, I think we pump your brakes.
Bump him.
But I definitely think vindication for LeBron. Kyrie was pooping on his boys a little bit. But at the end of the day, I felt like they needed to be pooped on. Because they do need to grow up, and you got to grow up fast.
Yeah.
I'm very happy about it. Very happy. Amen. Yeah.
So
Amen.
with that,
No. Pump the brakes, people. Go ahead.
With that opened up all the
God.
floodgates.
Oh God.
Kyrie, the free agent next year. Now that the bad blood has simmered, now he understands heavy is the crown that wears it. Will he join right back up with LeBron in LA as a Laker next year?
Talk about loaded question. And I'm not expected to give an answer that I'm about to be held to. Is that what you're putting me in right now?
I said no. It
Because
leaves the door wide open for a reunion. A LA reunion.
you are absolutely right.
And then he can hand the LA keys off to him.
No. Now that okay. All right, so you're right, the door's open.
Okay.
Okay. But in my opinion, and because I don't have a yes or no, because I don't know. I think those aren't enough tea leaves for me to start going, look everybody.
Well, the only reason it was out of the realm of possibility is because
you thought there was bad blood.
Yeah, you thought there was no reconciliation that could happen to where these two guys could play again.
But now you know that there was no need for reconciliation.
Well, there was a need for reconciliation because Kyrie obviously felt some type of way about LeBron.
Okay.
So not only was
That's true because he did have to come back and say,
Yeah.
hey, I get it now.
Not only was LeBron fighting the pundits, other people trying to tear him down, he was fighting people in his own locker room,
Right.
trying to give them the perspective of what he was trying to do, and they were pushing against it.
Right.
So there has to be a need to apologize.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So now that is all quelled, and we on the same page, why not? Why not? Let's do this again with the utmost clarity from where both of us are coming from. And then when I'm gone in a couple years, I'll just hand you the keys to LA.
But see, okay. Pure speculation. It has a strong sense of possibility.
It feels good.
But sir, here's a problem. Here's where Kyrie can be questioned in a way that I don't think he wants to be questioned. Okay.
Okay.
If you left Cleveland to be the man, okay, and you now call and say, okay, I get it, Bron. I get it now. I'm sorry, man, because I was that young guy. I didn't want to listen at times. I made your job harder. I get it. Okay. That's you're all good. Okay, you opened it, you exposed it, you apologized, you've come to grips. You're all good.
Yeah.
But if you leave Boston and go to LA and play with them again, now you look like you're waffling here because you left Cleveland to be the man. You didn't succeed in Boston, and now you go back to where you're going to be overshadowed to play with LeBron again. That doesn't make sense to me. So if you go do that, then why did you leave Cleveland? Because you could have stayed there and played your contract out there.
Well, that's
and y'all could have won championship.
That's what the call is about. Hindsight. It was hindsight.
So hindsight says you don't want to be the man then.
Hindsight says it was a little harder than I thought it was.
Okay, but you don't back down and go, it's harder than I thought it was. Let me just go back over
How
here.
you know?
No,
How you know?
But you out there now. So be out there.
But he obviously, nobody asked him this question. He offered this information.
That's true.
So obviously he feels some type of way.
But there's nothing wrong with feeling some type of way. My thing is, you can feel some type of way, but okay, now you gotta be the LeBron of your team. Now, if you're willing to concede, Kyrie, that this is too much, then you better open your mouth and say, hey, you know what? And you can formulate it, you can make it all beautiful. In today's NBA, you need 2 or 3 all-stars. So it's going to be important that I find the right situation. I mean, you can frame it however you want.
I'm just saying,
but
bro.
I feel like that's a punk move.
Oh.
Wait, let's be clear. Not a KD punk move, okay? He's not burning Boston. I just feel like to leave to go beat a man and then get there and go, oh, I realize.
That's maturity. That's not a punk move. That's as he goes all the way out the frame. That's called maturity. That's called being mature and knowing that your leadership skills are not up to par and you work well with this individual, so let me go ahead and go back with this individual and be the closer for him.
That's exactly what you would be saying by making that move. I agree with you, it's possible, but that's exactly what that move to me says, that pressure is too big for you. And that's why you left Cleveland. And now you realize it's too big. To me, that would be a little bit of a on him, on his rep.
You think so?
Yes. Because here's the thing. You'll always be known as that guy that couldn't win it without LeBron. Because you're gonna if you go to LA and y'all win it, right? Go repeat, let history repeat itself, which would be classic NBA drama at its best.
But you know, people hate LeBron.
But then LeBron leaves, and then what? If you don't win, now what are you?
LeBron's fault.
No, it's not.
It's always gonna be LeBron's
It'll
fault.
never. No,
If
LeBron's
they win,
days are over.
If they win, it's Kyrie carried LeBron. If they lose, it's LeBron blow it. You know the narrative.
It won't
how
be.
it's gonna be that.
It won't be the narrative.
Kyrie's safe in there.
It can't be because LeBron has. To me, the haters went from here to here. Like you got the haters got nothing left for LeBron. He's done everything that he's been commanded to do.
Not if you put a super team together in LA and fail.
If you put a super team in LA, okay, if you fail, yes, they'll blame LeBron. But if you win, we know what the outcome is if they fail. My thing is, to your question of, if he goes out there and they win, and then he hands the keys to him, Kyrie, if they win, it'll be LeBron and Kyrie. You'll be back in the same shadow.
Yeah.
But then when he leaves and retires, then you don't win. Then what? You could never win it without LeBron. Kyrie, don't put yourself in that situation, bro.
I mean, he's like that now. If he don't win another one, he never won without LeBron. He'll be a one-time NBA champion.
Yeah. I think it'll be different though if he goes away and comes back again. After saying, I talked to LeBron and we hashed it out. Like, I just think it tarnishes him.
No.
Even if he goes out there and wins,
I think you can spin it. Like if he exercises his rights to be a free agent, takes the meeting with Magic, talks to LeBron, and goes, I think we had unfinished business. I'm coming from a point of maturity where I understand where I'm at as a basketball player. And I think we should go ahead and make another run at it with me and LeBron.
I think that's the perfect spin.
I think you can spin it.
But I think the outcome of that spin, when it's all said and done, you know how sometimes we don't rate presidents until they've already left office?
Okay.
That's how I think he'll unfortunately suffer I think what has to happen is he would have to win one with LeBron and he would have to win one without him to not go down in history as the guy who left LeBron to be big and found out the weight was too heavy. That's a different mantra. That's a whole different thing. You left because you didn't want the shadow. It looks like you came running back like, oh, I couldn't do it. Help me. That's
a whole different spin. You spinning it the other way.
But that's the only way to spin that.
No, the other way to spin it is unfinished business.
Unfinished business is a cover for I couldn't do it without you.
No,
it's a cover.
I don't think so.
You could have stayed in Cleveland and matured, bro.
Yeah, but he wasn't in that mindset. That's hindsight. He wasn't in that mindset. He apologized for that. He apologized for what happened in Cleveland. I acknowledge that I was wrong. I acknowledge that in that moment while we were in Cleveland, how I acted and behaved towards you, I was wrong. I'm acknowledging that to you and to the public.
So here I am now.
So that's a mulligan. Now as a person that understands that what needs to be taken to win, let's go ahead and do this. Because I know in this league, it takes one or two more All-Stars. I'm not going to sit here with these pups if they're not going to get it. I'm not going to go to New York and go suffer.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to go to some other team and suffer when I can go and just go hook back up with Brian and let's go do this thing again. Am I going to be Robin the Batman? Sure. But am I going to make the big shots? Am I going to be the big dog? Is Skip Bayless going to say, Kyrie got that chip for LeBron? Yes. People are going to validate me just because they don't want to validate LeBron. He's going to get his shine regardless because people hate LeBron.
I think you present a very strong argument. I also think there's another piece we're not talking about. There could be a third person in LA.
Yeah.
So now the shine is split 3 ways.
So, but if they get AD,
Well, yeah, he's a back burner star. Like, he ain't gonna talk much. But if it's a Durant, Bron, Kyrie situation,
I don't think that. I don't think Durant's going to LA. If it's a Kyrie, LeBron, Clay kind of thing, that works. Because Clay not gonna say something. If it's a Kyrie, LeBron, AD kind of thing, that'll work.
yeah, because AD's not gonna.
Because he gonna fall back. I don't see Durant going to LA. That's not a play. I don't see that happening.
I don't know what I don't know what I see.
I don't
with
see
that
Kawhi
situation.
going to LA.
I don't see Kawhi going to LA to the Lakers as much as I see him going to Clippers. I think Durant to the Lakers is a very strong possibility.
That's
I think Clay to the Lakers is a strong possibility as well because his dad played for them. I think Durant to the Lakers is a strong possibility. I think Durant and Bron really love each other low-key. Because all the hateration that happens between Warriors and Cavs was always started by none other than Draymond Green. It was never hate or subliminal from Durant to Bron. Actually, they work out together in the offseason sometimes.
Well, that you know,
I think
when you
think
talk
they
about
might-
weak moves, you know, then Durant will just add another weak move.
And he's
to his
notorious for him.
resume. You know.
Don't be surprised if you look up and the Warriors are the same squad.
I don't see why LeBron would want to play with Durant. I don't understand that. Like, he's gonna take your shine, bro. Like, don't give him that. Don't give him that.
It'd be interesting.
I would like
Once again, I think the scenarios present
get Kyrie,
vintage
get
NBA
Clay,
drama.
Kyrie, Clay. Let's go. Kyrie comes as a free agent. Clay comes as a free agent. Those your guys. You know what I'm saying? Trey Ingram, Zoe, whoever, go get AD. So now you got to line up Kyrie,
Ooh, God.
Clay, whoever plays the 4, LeBron, and AD.
Oh,
Let's go.
I'd watch that. You present a strong argument. I'm not giving you my perspective to say you're wrong. I just think that that's an interesting perspective,
The way you spin it and the way I spin it is 2 different ways.
and I think both spins can happen. I think you'll have the LeBron haters will spin it one way, and some will spin it the other. And my brother goes, what would be great is if they go back to Cleveland. That's spoken like a true Clevelander, true Cleveland fan. Unfinished business, go back to Cleveland. I hear you. But unfortunately,
That will never happen. Hey, you got a better shot against Zion. So go ahead.
Oh, I know.
Let's go ahead and
I already told you how that's
keep
going to be.
taking.
I already told you how that's going to be, bro.
Let's keep taking.
If we get Zion, bro, I'm back on. Cleveland!
Go ahead, keep taking.
Yeah, we've only got 9 W's this year, baby. Get all those ping pong balls.
And then the ping pong ball's gonna screw you. He gonna go to New York.
Nope. Because now
At least you get RJ Barrett.
the league wants a star in Cleveland.
No, they don't.
Yes.
They rather have another star in Cleveland. You've had multiple chances.
Hey, we got ours.
You did.
I'm happy.
You did. Now it's time for another 50 years of sucking. But you're not though, because you go get RJ Barrett or Zion. Like you go get the 1 or 2 pick. So I think RJ Barrett is a great consolation player.
I'll be happy with going back to being like a 3 seed in the East again, or a 4 seed. Like, you know, I just want to suck or be in the top tier. I don't like that Detroit Pistons, you know, hang around at the AC. Yeah, we're the AC. We can say we made the playoffs and lost in the first round. Like, I can't stand that. I think that's stupid.
You just have to find a way to climb back to take a shot.
You're not a Pistons fan. It's not a shot.
But still though, like you just climbed like to that whole point.
One, that's my podcast personality.
Okay.
But 2, I could have picked anybody. I'll pick another team. You want to pick another team?
No.
Because I don't want to be the Portland Trailblazers and be an 8 seed.
Did you see what Russell Westbrook said to Damian Lillard? Told him he owned his ass since he been in the league.
No. I didn't see that.
He just out cold now. Russell just out cold.
Yeah, he's fooling.
Like he thoroughly enjoys having Paul George on his team. Like they work well together.
They work really well.
Like you don't have to be the guy. Paul George has upped the defensive intensity on that
and
team.
Russ is the bad cop.
And yeah,
Russ is the jerk of the team.
Russ can do what he can do.
He can just be reckless.
He can still get triple doubles, but instead of 30, it's like 17.
Yeah. Bruh can't shoot this year.
Why? Every time I go to work, right, and I see like the highlights of what happened last night, Russ broke for 3 to win the game. I just say why? Like why shoot that shot, Russ? Like you're not that guy. You're not that. Get the ball out of your hands. Paul George is that guy. Like you got the guy.
You have the guy.
Give Paul George the ball. He's the guy. We talk about Durant being the pace guy. He's the guy. Give him the ball.
He beat the 76ers over the weekend while Russ was being himself, missing everything.
Just be wild.
PG hit the 4-point play to win it. Yes.
He's a guy that can sustain your wildness. Just be wild.
Because Durant couldn't handle it.
No.
PG can handle it.
He can handle it.
I agree.
He respects your wildness, and he knows how to play around it.
Oh, man. Yeah. It's like every highlight of them is like a montage of this dude shooting bricks.
Just break it.
He can't make free throws.
Why are you giving him the last shot?
Yeah.
And then,
Ghost Thunder.
shout out R.I.P. Victor Oladipo's knee.
Yeah, man.
He got a ruptured
That's
quad.
sad.
He's
That's
out
sad.
for the season.
Yeah, he's a fun player. I enjoy him.
Is he good when you see a guy who you didn't expect?
Yeah.
Like, people crapped on that trade, and
Well, he was. You gotta be. I mean, he wasn't getting what he deserved.
He was a throw-in.
He was a throw-in
in that trade, and nobody really thought they got fleeced in that trade, but he ended up being a great player for that franchise, turning his game around, developing his game. And
Wish you
to
a
see him
great
go down,
recovery.
That's pretty sucky, man.
I hope you recover fast, man. Hope you get back healthy. Great player.
It wasn't even gruesome. Like IG didn't really
Thank
have
God.
nothing
I'm
that I
glad.
can watch. Like nothing popped.
Thank God. Why do you look for that stuff? I said that to you. You're like, oh, let's find it on
Let's
Twitter.
find it.
What in the
Like
world?
somebody got it. Somebody got it.
It wasn't even like
turned the other way
Oh.
around, or you see the pop of the leg.
It wasn't even a gruesome either. It was just
Yeah, it's
like
just-
they all stood there and looked. Like,
yeah.
oh,
His kneecap
man.
slumped because his quad tore.
Well, yeah.
So the ligaments up here just let everything down. His quad probably rolled up the side of his leg.
We wish you the best, Victor. Drake's trying to make it sound gruesome. Quad rolled up his leg. You just gotta go to that place.
I'm just saying, man.
I'm glad.
Is this the point? This the time to show where I disappear?
Yes, we have come. We're an hour and 27 minutes, and we've come to that place where Drake disappears, puts the mic in the middle of the screen, and it turns the
There you
camera
go.
on me.
Exactly what you want.
Oh, that's
This is
such
what
a
you
bad,
want.
Bad reputation.
This is what you want.
Do that.
Camera time. That's okay. I'm gonna get skinny one day and take all the camera.
Don't make it about me.
I'm gonna take it.
So we appreciate everybody joining us tonight in our live feeds. We have some great participation on our YouTube feed as well as in my live Facebook. If you don't know, if you listen to the podcast, we're here Thursday nights usually. We are dads and coaches and all these other things too. So sometimes those things keep us from getting to the east side of Detroit to record our pod. But usually we are here on Thursdays. We will record our pod, and usually our pod will go up on iTunes or on It'll go up on SoundCloud, but also be on iTunes. Usually by Friday or Saturday. So you can listen to us via podcast, or you can watch us live. Just go to YouTube and look up the Academy Sports Podcast. Or if you go to Facebook, look up Joel Williams or Andre Douglas. You can find us both. Just ask us to be your friend. We'll be your friend. Then you'll be alerted when we go live. We're always live in my Facebook feed and live on YouTube at the same time. So if you listen out there in podcast land, that is how you can find us live if you want to see some of the things that go on here in studio. Big shout out to Audio Wave Network.
.com.
That they're doing their thing. So if you're interested in getting a pod, they are currently looking for new opportunities and getting into the podcast world. So just hit us up on any of our social media, or you can inbox us or something like that, DM us on Facebook, whatever. and let us know, and we'll pass your information along. Bring your concept, bring your idea, and you can talk to Mr. Terrific and JG. But as always, again, we appreciate you guys watching us and listening to us and all the support. Make sure you share these live feeds. Please, people watch live feeds after they've been over with for hours. So please take a moment and share the live feed. But before we go, we also want to shout out Vaughn's Plumbing.
Both for license and insurance, Vaughn's Plumbing provides top quality services at great prices. Whether it's just to get up to cold, waterproofing, or just daily home services, you want to check them out. It's getting cold, people. You don't want your pipes to burst. Check out Vaughn's Plumbing. The number is
313-304-7786.
Or check out VaughnsPlumbing.com. You want to get that quote. They got great prices, and they got a map on their website that shows all the areas that they service. You want to check them out. Tell them the guys from the Academy Sports Show sent you, because the number is
313-304-7786.
And that man right there is the real MVP. Most valuable. But that's the wave. That's Academy Sports Show for today. We probably won't be on next Thursday. We try to make it a Wednesday or Friday or something like that. We'll keep you abreast of the scheduling situations, because we definitely want to get a pod in before the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl!
The granddaddy of them all. The final show. I don't know any more superlatives about the Super Bowl. The biggest game of the year. The Super Bowl between Tom Brady and Bill Belichick of the New England Patriots versus Todd Gurley and Aaron Donald and Mr. McVay himself of the Los Angeles Rams. It's going to be a good one, so make sure you stay tuned for that. We will give our predictions on that, and if James Harden scores 82 points, we'll cover that as well. On behalf of myself, Andre Douglas, Joel Williams.
Hey, have a great week, and look out for our feed next week. We're going to be on a different day. See ya.